Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to do an end of season review and also talk about our last match of the season. Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, BallerBox. BallerBox is a platform that connects players to clubs. Players often ask me how they can find opportunities in football, and BallerBox aims to solve this problem with an international network of clubs from Australia to Spain. Not only does it have an international network of clubs, on BallerBox you can also create your digital football CV, allowing you to upload a bio, basic player information, as well as a highlight video. This then gives you a link that you can send to any kind of club around the world to show off the kind of player that you are and get yourself the opportunity that you deserve. Instead of waiting for a scout to watch your game or waiting for an agent to take control of your career, you're able to do it yourself by contacting clubs through the platform. You can sign up for a free account today if you want to make your digital football CV. But if you want to speak to clubs, you have to pay €9 per month. But I have a discount code for you, which is going to allow you to pay €1 for your first month, and you can cancel anytime. I'll put the link in the description down below, and you can sign up for a free account today. Sign up to BallerBox today and represent you. Now, unfortunately, the video from the last game of the season did not upload, so I don't have the footage to show you. It's particularly annoying for me because I played incredibly badly in this last match against top of the league, and we lost 5-1. As much as it would be very painful to go back and watch those videos again, I think it would be extremely helpful for me to go back and see the mistakes that I made. I say that I played badly not to be harsh on myself, but because I think it's a fact. First of all, let me give you some background to the game. The team that we played at home in the last game of the season was called Kapoor-Parsons. They beat us 5-3 away, and they're battling for the top of the league against two other teams. These three teams were all equal on points, but Kapoor-Parsons had a better head-to-head record against each of them. That meant that if they won, even if the other teams won, they would still go top of the league and they would get promoted. The Champions League final, Liverpool against Real Madrid, was the night before. As we all know, that was postponed and the kickoff time was delayed. It also went to extra time. To be completely honest with you, if I was going to be selfish, then I would have gone to bed and not watched most of the final. I think a lot of us turned up on the Sunday pretty bleary-eyed, knowing that we didn't get enough sleep, knowing that we had quite an early start, but that we wanted to watch the Champions League final, and I don't think any of us really played to our best level. And when I say any of us, I can speak much more specifically about myself. For the first goal that we conceded, I was playing the ball back to me just outside the box in a fairly dangerous position. I had a little bit of pressure, but I was doing this last game. I was protecting the ball really, really well. And I felt like I was able to do it again here. I tried to get my body in the way, but essentially I got tackled and I was the last man. And the guy goes through and chips our goalkeeper with just about 10 minutes on the clock. A really big and crucial mistake from me. One that really didn't start the game off well. I don't think I responded that well mentally. I think I was beating myself up quite a lot, especially given it was the last game of the season and the last time that I was going to step onto the pitch with that group of guys. Around 10 minutes later, maybe, around the halfway line, I play a bit of a nothing pass into centre mid from kind of the right back position, although I was playing number 6, and the opposition pick it up, they break a couple lines and they get through and score. Then right towards the end of the first half, Raf intercepts a goalkeeper's pass to their centre back, tries to shoot, goalkeeper saves it, and then Olu taps in the rebound. That was a really good moment for us as a team, as Olu got his first goal of the season and we were all really happy for him, and it also gave us a little bit of hope. We went into half-time only 2-1 down, even though we probably deserved to be beaten by more. But coming out for the second half, if I remember correctly, it was a lot more of the same. We were essentially dominated both on and off the ball. They battled harder in 50-50 challenges. Given that Kapoor-Parsons is a small town in Spain, they brought a lot of travelling fans with drums, and honestly, it took us all by surprise. I think a lot of us were playing off the emotion of the moment, and we got sucked into the crowd. We got sucked into the fact that there was a little bit of hostility at the game. It definitely took me by surprise a little bit, and I didn't respond that well to it mentally. It's interesting to play in front of maybe only 100 fans, people who are, I guess, pressuring the game a little bit. It's something that I haven't done previously. And in the second half, as we're chasing the game, as we're trying to go forward, as we're trying to get the equaliser, we end up conceding 3 goals. Honestly, I couldn't tell you how those goals went in. My mind isn't too clear on the second half there. All I remember is it was a boiling day. I was blowing, I was gasping for air. The ref didn't give us any water breaks or anything. But listen, these are all excuses. It made me realise that towards the end of the season, as I was getting a little bit more arrogant, I was getting a little bit more cocky, allowing myself to play with confidence on the ball, to receive it in tight situations, to trust myself and say that no one's going to take this ball from me. I also need to be ruthless in the action and in the execution. The way that I gave away the ball for the first goal was really rooted in the fact that I hadn't made a decision before the ball came back to me. So my first touch was just to stop the ball, it wasn't to move the ball. And I got muddled up with my feet, and the guy essentially just took the ball from me and chipped the goalkeeper. So obviously a really disappointing way to end the season. Very frustrating, especially after the few performances that we put in towards the end of the season. I was really enjoying playing in that number 6 role as well. But listen, it's not like our team hadn't lost before, and it was a season of progress. It was a season of a lot of learning for each and every one of us. For me personally, the amount of growth that I've experienced has been crazy. I'm not too sure if my technical level has really improved that much, because I don't believe my technical level was that bad when I arrived. But what I do believe is that my decision making and my ability to be calm on the ball have allowed my technique to show during matches. Rather than being panicked or flustered when I receive the ball, trying to play at 100 miles an hour, I'm able just to slow the game down a little bit, put my foot on the ball and make a good decision to help us keep it. Controlling the tempo of a game and understanding when to inject pace is something that I've really learned and adapted to quite well as a central midfielder. That being said, there is still so much to learn. And during pre-season, I was playing quite a lot of five-a-side to improve my close control in tight spaces. I was also doing one-to-one sessions with Graft Committee, as you saw in one of my pre-season videos.
Play, let's go. Play, let's go. Play, let's go. Turn, don't let it go off the line. Don't go left up. Lovely. Come again.
I also realised that in a lot of situations last season, my change of direction was not good enough. I put on a bit of weight, I put on a bit of muscle on my upper body, but that almost made me a little slower and a little bit less effective in those 1v1 positions. I felt like I was more comfortable shielding the ball, protecting the ball and receiving it under pressure to then be able to play out. But at the same time, if an attacker took me one way and then cut the ball the other, my change of direction was really, really poor. So over the preseason, I've been working very hard using Tim Grover's jump attack workout plan. It's one for basketball players, but it helps you to be more explosive in many, many different directions. It's absolutely brutal, to be honest with you, but I've already felt a difference. Another thing that I was reflecting on over pre-season is that I feel like I've been living in the past a little bit of some of my better performances. Right now, I'm no longer in the same team as last season. I'm going all over the shop looking for a new club. I've been to Elche, I've been to Villajoyosa. I trained with a club closer to Alicante, but yeah, they were awful. The coach was just an older guy who shouted at everyone. It was a joke. It's been a funny old journey so far in the first 2 weeks back in Spain, but it's been one that I've been enjoying as much as it's had a lot of highs and lows already. What I really want for this season is just to get into a team where I'm pushed, where I'm playing with players who I feel are better than me. That is exactly how this journey began when I arrived in Spain last September. I was definitely one of the weaker players in the team, and I had to learn and adapt very quickly to the people around me. To be honest, I probably wasn't even at the level. I had a lot of doubts, I had a lot of questioning thoughts if I was wasting my time, if I was ever going to be as good as the people around me. Then, as the season progressed and as I kind of got my head down and started shutting out other people's opinions and just focusing on my own game, focusing on my own mental tools that I had at my disposal, I was able to find a much higher level of performance. In the coming few weeks, my aim is to make videos a little bit more often. I want to be posting 2 or 3 times a week on YouTube and talking about a variety of different topics. I don't have any more match footage to show you guys, so I won't be analysing that. But what I will be doing is giving you some perspective of my own journey in football and also relating it to life. Please, if you have any suggestions for what you would like to hear more about on a footballing level, tactically, technically, physically, psychologically, please just let me know. Remember guys that this channel is for you, and if my content is not providing you value, then I'm wasting my time. Remember, ballers find a way.